fucking bone in your body before I go to jail.
You sever your motherfucking head off, you cocksucker. You're wrong over there. Listen to me, fella. Now listen. You're wrong. Sever your motherfucking head off.
The name's Antonio Moretti. I'm the boss of the Moretti family. Born and raised in Broca, Liberty City, I came up the hard way. I made my bones back in '51 doing a piece of work for a boss named Carlo Galante. That was my ticket in. From there I put in the work. I ran my own crew. And believe me when I tell you, we made a fuck ton of money. But when you're making money, you're making enemies. And we made plenty. A few bad decisions, a few wrong moves, and the next thing you know, the commission sends us out west to Los Santos. A fresh start, they said, a new frontier, but the same game. Today I sit down with one of my captains, Salvatore Sally Buxtalelli, and my best friend and underboss, Lorenzo Caprio. We gotta go over the panel sit-down between myself, Joey Baggs, and Paul Scavelo. Deals were made, lines were drawn, and now we see where the chips fall. Look at this fucking guy. Hey, Shelly Bugs, Quesadilla, how you doing?
Hey, great to see you guys. Great to see you guys. How you doing?
Hey, doing good, looking good, my friend. Looking real nice.
Hey, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Always a pleasure to see you. Look, is that a new coat? Looking fantastic.
I appreciate that.
Lorenzo, how we doing? What are we doing?
Well, Sal was busy exchanging pleasantries. A few days ago, I had him take care of a little business for me. Tommy Romano had to be put on the hook after he ran his fucking mouth at Paul Scavelo's establishment. I couldn't let that slide. Then I get a call from the big guys out east. Some fucking degenerate, real look gambler took out a loan and promised to pay the fucking money back. But instead he runs out here out west to Los Santos and pisses all the money away at the fucking gambling tables. Now he ain't paying up. And out east, that kind of thing don't fly. Sometimes debts get paid in cash, other times they get paid in fucking blood. Alright, let's get straight into it, shall we? Shell, did you take care of those 2-3 things for me?
Yeah, that Tommy thing, yeah, that's handled. Don't worry about that. I just talked to the big guy, and he ain't fucking happy. And you not happy, Tommy? Because of that bullshit fucking meeting that happened the other day. Now look, you're my guy, alright? Which means you represent me. And we all know how that meeting went. Now when you fuck up, that means I fuck up. And I don't like to do fuck ups, you understand? You really got my balls on the line here, kid. Now the big guy's gonna go on record with the other skippers, and he's gonna try and save your ass. But believe you me, at the very least, Paul's gonna want his fucking recompense. And you know what? He's gonna fucking get it too. And while we're on the subject, I want you to throw another 5 G's on top for my own pain and suffering. I want that envelope on my desk Friday morning and not a minute fucking later. Do we understand each other? As far as the other thing though, don't worry about it. Let's just say the guy ain't gonna be a fucking problem no more, okay? Is that fucking cocksucker right there? Holy shit, it is. This is perfect, alright.
I love that carro. Say you're not at home. I don't believe that it's true. And when we fool around, you always put me down.
Hey, Vinny, you see the headlines? Dead men don't pay debts.
And you won't hold hands with me. And that's not the way to be. Girl, you're treating
Alright, that's good. You got something for me?
Yes, I do. You know, Antonio, this place, it's something else. Plenty of fucking cash flow, plenty of fucking action, plenty of broads. But, I still get the feeling you're carrying something heavy. Like maybe there's something back home calling your name. Business left unfinished, maybe? Am I right?
When I was coming up in this world, there was a guy, Angelo Caruso. Big Ange, they called him. He was a big deal. Real old school good fella. He'd see you on the street, give you a nod, call out to you, ask how your mom was doing. Like he gave a fuck. Made you feel like you mattered. Like you weren't just another punk on the street. Guys like that, they don't make them anymore. Everybody knew Angelo. He used to ride around my neighborhood when I was a kid. He ran the streets like a king. And his crew, they were almost untouchable. I used to sit on the stoop every day with my best friends, Lorenzo Caprio, Anthony Big T Marino, just watching. To me, the guys like us, they were kings. I wanted to be just like them. They made a kid like me, a kid who came from nothing, believe he could be something. Maybe one day I'd be king. When Angelo died, they threw him a fucking parade. You believe that? A fucking parade. The whole neighborhood came on, cheering, crying, waving flags. Can you imagine that? To be remembered like that, to mean that much to the people around you. And that type of love, fear, and respect. Now that's something you can't buy. Yeah, I still got my sights set back east. Unfinished business, things I need, things I want, for us. And when the time's right, we ain't just coming back. We're rising, returning like kings, back from the dead, taking back what was once ours, restoring what was meant to be. And this time, ain't nobody fucking stopping us. We follow the rules, our tradition, we build, we protect, we benefit the world around us. We made them all money, we made them all rich, so tell me, how could they refuse? You got crews back home running around like it's fucking cowboys and Indians, but not us. We're from the old school. We keep things quiet, the way they're meant to fucking be. Yeah. Times change, things change, but one thing will always stay the same. It's the Moretti way, or no fucking way.
Let's get down to the brass tags of things. How does sit down go?
It was alright. Joey Baggs handled things, kept things steady, held the peace, but me, I stuck my neck out, took a risk.
What kind of risk are we talking here?
Not for nothing, I said some things. You see, fellas, I don't like to involve emotion in my business. I believe it makes for bad judgment. But here today I'm gonna speak with full transparency. I'ma speak bluntly. On that day, you came to my restaurant with no respect. And with all due respect, you were acting as if you were a child. You refuse my accommodation. You say I don't give a fuck about the commission. But this very thing is the thing that's going to keep us together. What happened to the time when men could sit down and talk instead of standing and refusing accommodation and storming out of the room, allowing no chance for reason or compromise to take place? I made it crystal fucking clear. Paul's gotta be held accountable. He's way out of fucking line. That Tommy never entered his establishment with the intention of making accusations, nor did he do so. But his words contain no accusations or allegations. I'm aware that your son misunderstood what he said and reacted out of anger, raising his voice, cutting off Mr. Romano's opportunity to discuss the business he came to conduct. I'm not going to point fingers and say who is to blame, but I will extend my hand, and I will offer recompense for the words Tommy Romano spoke on the way out of the door of your restaurant. But I'm also not going to stand here and let you take no accountability for your actions. There are things we need to fix together, and I'm coming here with the mindset to fix them. But if you believe we have disrespected you, let me tell you that two wrongs don't make a right. If you're going to come to my establishment with your attitude and your childlike behavior, next time bring a gun. Be prepared to use it, and come heavy or don't come at all. Because I will refuse to talk to a man who has no level head. Over a week ago, you stood in front of us, and you spoke of the commission's infancy. And you came to my restaurant, and you demanded Tommy's head. What kind of precedent are you trying to set for this thing? Are you attempting to forge a brotherhood on resentment, ruthlessness, and blood? If Tommy Romano was intentionally disrespectful, with no valid reason for his words, then believe me, if he was on the corner spot, selling their fucking poison, I would be the first man to make sure his head was severed the fuck off. But for this, I cannot accept. It was irrational and unreasonable.
Think that was the right move to make?
Yeah, of course I do. Look, he's showing his hand, Lorenzo. He's not our fucking friend in this. He's made it crystal fucking clear. And I'm telling you, Paul's gonna be a problem. He's too wrapped up in his emotions. A guy like that, patience is our ally. We poke and we prod. We keep it business. We let him unravel himself.
You think he's gonna slip up or what?
A guy like that. No doubt about it. Paul's impulsive. He don't think. He just reacts. Guys like him, they dig their own graves. All we gotta do is wait. By that time, be patient. He'll make the wrong move. He'll say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing, and before you know it, he'll hang himself out to dry.
Well, I guess we could all just hope for that. So things went as expected then.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, Paul called for the sit-down. Says it's gonna be on neutral ground, right? But get this, his whole goddamn fucking Bogota was there running security like it's the fucking Corleone lockdown. Meanwhile, we're standing outside, me and Joey Baggs and Ricky, soaking in the fucking rain like schmucks. You believe that?
You're fucking kidding me.
I fucking tell you, I'm stood there. In the fucking rain. No umbrella, no fucking nothing. Don't even have a fucking table and chairs. We sat down outside this fucking joint like fucking Mama Luke's. I mean, I wish I was, Sal. I wish I fucking was. Got me standing over here like I'm fucking Joe Jerkoff. You know, during the sit-down, he's got the fucking balls to start running his mouth. Making accusations, pushing some fucking bullshit narratives. No evidence, no fucking nothing. Just to stir the fucking pot, this guy.
Now, if we are talking about respect and knowing the way of this thing of ours, I will, you know, forgive the pointed words that were levied against me just now, and I will canvass us back to a few days prior when 6 Moretti gentlemen entered my establishment with my niece alone behind the counter, not having the establishment open at all. The doors were locked. Your men knocked on the door because they seen her in there and cornered her 6-1. If anybody speaks about this thing of ours, we would all know and understand that women are not to be left alone with other men from other families. Now, I let this go because you are my friend, and you know, I didn't want to make a big deal of it because I respect this thing of ours, because I knew it was an honest mistake. But what I will not stand for is the comment that was levied to my blood as your men left the door. Nikki turned around and told her to, quote, "Enjoy my tips, sweetheart." Now, if you were going to say that we are respectable men and do respectable things, I will also reference you to the same point that that exact family member is laying in a bed fighting for her life at the hospital with a ventilator and a tube down her throat to help her breathe. Because 2 paisans followed me out of my restaurant all the way over to the east side, where they then pitted my car. These are 2 Italians that I've never seen before, and I find it very funny and maybe coincidental, and I will not levy this threat against you because you are my friend, that you tell me to come heavy or come at all, because it seems like you had already tried to come at me, and it failed. Now, I did not answer this with blood because I cannot say for certain that these are your men, but these events befell my family and my bloodline. If you were to think for a moment that my son or my niece or my daughter, when she is around, would ever be treated with some modicum of disrespect, no matter if it is from a man of this thing of ours or another representative of any of these families, you're certainly mistaken. Because to me, family is what holds all of us together at our hearts and at our core. And to let my family be disrespected, whether it's in my own establishment or have a member of my bloodline in the hospital, fighting for her life, a civilian, nonetheless, she holds my name, but she knows nothing of this thing of ours. She's a civilian. And for somebody to take a shot at her and myself is a coward way. It's a cowardice, pitiful attempt.
But you know what? It's like I said, you let the fucking dog off the leash, he's gonna hang himself. All we gotta do is sit back and wait.
You bring up the other issues, you know, with the protection racket, piece of the action.
Yeah, Joey Baggs brought it up. It's handled. We're getting our piece. I mean, Paul can't fucking take that from us. The next day, me and Sal had to meet. We were starting to feel the heat. The cops are up our fucking ass more than usual. With all the problems we've been having, we figured the restaurant might be bugged. I told the guys to sweep the place, make sure it was clean. But me and Sal, we weren't taking any chances. Yeah, Sal, cover your mouth.
Did you hear anything back yet?
Not yet. I had Nikki check the place with a scanner. Pulled out a couple of dead mics, but who's to say there ain't more?
Yeah, I hear they're getting smarter now. Heard they're bringing in lip readers too.
Yeah, I guess that's why we're fucking here, whispering secrets to the fucking ocean.
What do you think? We got a fucking rat?
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe they're just better at playing the fucking game now. We gotta tighten our screws. We gotta tighten those fast. Look, I, sat down with Joey Baggs last night, after our conversation. Turns out Paul's stirring the fucking pot again. You know, trying to make a beef over the fucking protection racket. Says we, tried to muscle our way in. You know, he's claiming disrespect. No surprise Paul's back in the fucking story. But Joey says she, changes her tune depending on who she's in front of.
This fucking guy, Antonio, I swear to you. You see, my My talk with Pearl just went like I figured. I asked her a few questions, and it turns out she don't even like the guy. Said he muscled his way in, not the other way around. He approached them fully knowing this was our fucking territory. We're entitled to a piece.
So you're telling me this fucking prick lied to our faces? A week ago he swore up and down. Swore up and down they fucking came to him, not the other way around. Not for nothing, Shell. This greedy fuck was ready to go to the mattresses over this fucking bullshit. Joey Baggs told me last night they had a fucking army lined up, ready to make fucking moves. But Joey somehow, some fucking way, he played peacemaker. Talk pulled down.
I apologize. I'm meeting you for the first time too, but I do question your mediating abilities if it takes you this long to get nothing done. You may.
Alright, we're gonna get one thing fucking straight here, pal, okay? No disrespect, but you are nobody to be questioning my fucking mediations. You understand me?
We're both in the book.
Hey, I'm not fucking done. You sit there, you listen for a second. Now, I understand that you might be upset. There's a lot of people that were fucking upset today. And guess what? The fact that there's been no fucking bullets flying around is proof enough that my mediation's effective. So the next time you go questioning that, fucking check yourself for bullets. And the next time there ain't none one in you, you can fucking thank Uncle Joey. You understand me? Now, I understand it's been 5 hours. I understand that you're upset. I understand all these fucking things. But on top of everything...
Told me to let it rest and fucking die. But I made it clear. If this kind of fucking bullshit happens again, something's gotta be done. We're talking about clipping me, a fucking boss over here. A fucking boss over this petty shit. It ain't fucking right.
No problem at all.
Before the Calvetti family ever made that mark in downtown Los Santos, my captain Joey Costello was running protection on the Salieri's joint, steady and strong with his crew. Everything was under control until Paul.
You wanna go upstairs or you wanna talk down here? It happens, eh? It's these old classic buildings. Very nice to look at, but the functionalities, can get a little bit sometimes. Hello. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good.
You Anthony?
Cash.
Hey, I'm Anthony.
Cash. Come on.
What's your name?
You need anything, fucking ask for Lorenzo or fucking Ted.
Lorenzo or Ted? Good to know. Looks like everything's
sir.
in account. Red's a friend.
Mm-hmm.
After Joey Baggs stepped in and resolved the dispute, things between me and Paul went back to business. But make no mistake, there was an underlying hostility, a tension that neither of us could ignore. We kept it between us, but we knew something was off, and that kind of beef doesn't just disappear. A week later, out of nowhere, 4 random guys show up at the restaurant. They claim to have information, something that could be of interest to us. Something that could work to our benefit.
Thank you.
Now, I'm no fool. You don't just let strangers walk into your place and start offering valuable intel without looking further into it.
It's come to my attention, you gentlemen, don't want anything done in this area, and I you know, that's very well respected. You know, I respect that, that motive. However, I do, I would like to set up a little meet where I can give you guys something that is very vital, I'd say, and very important to making sure that you guys are okay. Now, I obviously I could see you guys are doing well, but let me just say, you guys have somebody who's out to get you, and it's not any of my guys. It's somebody who's taken the oath, and yeah, I know what the oath is. You know, I've been around the way. You know, I was a capo for the D'Amico family, and my brother over here was a lieutenant. So we know the life. But you guys have somebody that is looking to shut you guys down within your circle, not within your group, but within another group. I have proof on this. I just would request that we have a formal meeting for that, and I can provide that at that given date.
You speak freely of this individual. You would
Say
happen
that?
to know them by name and
Yeah. I know them by name. Yeah. Not gonna drop a name just now. I'm gonna, do that at the meeting with the proof that is, necessary. I know how these things type of work. I'm not gonna just drop a name without no proof. That's considered disrespect, and I don't want to disrespect you or him. I want to make sure everything's clean, cut, and on the table.
to be frank with you, this is the first conversation I've ever had with any of you gentlemen before.
Oh yeah, I know.
So, what leads me to believe that I can trust your word on something of this behalf?
Well, coming from the people that heard it from those people and may or may not have a proof, might be interesting to hear it out either way.
I see. I guess what are you proposing?
Leaving that up to my brother here to decide.
What I'm proposing is we set up a nice little meeting with a couple of my guys, my top guys, and a couple of your top guys. Just a little talk, and I provide that proof for you gentlemen. And I guess you could get consider that a favor, and out of respect type of deal.
Mr. Moretti.
What benefit do you get out of this?
What benefit? Who says I'm looking for a benefit? I'm looking for mutual respect. You know what I mean? I understand we're outside the oath. We're outside, the thing, right? But I see that we're looked upon a little different. All I ask is, respect. That's it. This is a favor. Scratch my back, I scratch yours. Vice
I
versa.
see. So your
That's all I
benefit
ask.
is you extending
said
your
that.
hand and offering your friendship
Yes.
for a connection that could potentially be mutually beneficial in the future, correct?
Correct.
I see. Now, I would like to
And-
believe that to set a good precedent for future business,
Mhm.
that a little bit of transparency is key to any successful business between parties. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree. Yes.
So, I'm not asking for a name, but a push in the right direction would be nice.
Think of your neighbors.
All right.
For a clarifying question, are you looking to mediate such conversation or only bring the information that you're willing to provide to us to allow us to then have our conversation that would be righteously needed at that point?
I'm just looking to hand you guys the proof, and you guys decide what you want to do, type of deal.
Very
I'm
well.
not here to mediate. It's none of my business, I'm just
I understand now.
helping a friend.
Well, that won't go unnoticed, rest assured.
Yeah, I've happened to obtain it.
By what means, if you don't mind me asking?
With all due respect, this is our first meet. I don't want to lay all my resources out on the table,
Well, of course. No, I understand. I'm sure our mutually beneficial relationship that we'll have established at this point forward, we can talk things in the future.
That's agreeable.
And your relationship with this man?
It's I'd say it's good. It does it's not a matter of relation. It's a matter of if it's right and if it's wrong. You know what I mean? I'm looking at it through if it was me. You know what I mean? If somebody was plotting against me and somebody knew, I'd want to know. You know what I mean? Especially if it's somebody I consider a dear friend. Even a brother, you know?
You can understand why it would be out of the ordinary for a gentleman that's never spoken with either one of the individuals who sit across from you. And you speak highly of your friendship with this individual. Well, it seems that your relationships have been sporadic
I wouldn't say
throughout
that.
the years.
I wouldn't say that. It is purely a matter of if I was in your shoes, I would want to know. And if somebody was out there that knew, I would want to know.